Hello friends, welcome to Tech Plus Lab, and today we're taking a look at these earphones. I got these for totally free. I did not pay even a little amount of money for these, but I'm gonna review these anyway. Usually I won't review the products that I buy locally, but this is the first time I'm reviewing them. The reason for that is I found the same kind of earphones on the Aliexpress, which I'm 90% sure that they are the same earphones with a little bit of different logo right here. So I'll put that name in the title if possible. I'll try to find them again, but you'll actually see a lot of these earphones with different logo right here, the rebranded stuff from the China with a different cable and maybe with a different mic, but the drivers and the earbuds themselves should be the same, and these particular ones are the DGX GROOV, whatever the name that they put, and actually that should be the sticker and the label right here. Nowhere else they should mention that. So here are a little specifications which you can find typically on anything. It says warranty, but who cares. But these have a 10mm driver and 16 ohm impedance, 3.5 mm gold plated plug. That is stupid because it's not. I have already checked this out, but I'm actually using these for quite a while so that I can give you a proper sound signature of these. These are pretty cheap on the Aliexpress. You can find these for like $2 or so, $1 or $2. So yeah, let's just take a look inside and see how good these are. So you can just pop this thing off right like this, and here are the earphones themselves inside. There is a actual, they strap around this to keep them together, but since I'm using it, I took it on the first use. So these are the earbuds. The one thing that I love about this is the shape of these. As you can see, they fit quite well in the ear. I'll just pop a picture maybe right here so that you can actually have a look. And here is the logo DGX. You can see a lot of logos right here, or nothing even. Depends on where you actually buy them. There is a rubber coating over here that's pretty cool actually, and they only come with single tips right here. Depending upon the seller, you may get a different kind of tips once again. But here, take a look at this. Have you ever seen this thing? Like not round but oval shaped canal where you attach the buds. I think that's pretty cool because it actually fits the buds well, but I'm actually 90% sure that that will affect the sound quality of this, and that's one of the reasons why I'm facing a little bit different type of a sound signature, which I'll explain in quite a while. So let me just put this thing if I can. I should be able to. That's easy. Yeah, that's it. And there we go. The thing is that it actually stays flush with the earbud right here and extends a little bit here, which is pretty cool actually. When you put in ear, it sits quite well inside the ear, as I told you. So these are really comfortable. That's what I like about these things. But the next, let's talk about the part of this earphones that might be interesting to a lot of people here. That's the cable right here, because it looks quite different. People may think that this is a quality cable, but let me tell you one thing about this cable, that it's really hard to keep in one shape, that it won't just stay like this. If you want to put it straight, it won't. It just gets back to this particular shape. And I have had the same issue with the W1 Pro or W7 Pro, the earphones. They're called with different names, the QKZW Pro, which are great earphones by the way, but the cable is same. That is detachable cable, but made with similar quality, and so it also has the same issue. So here is the plug. It's not a gold plated as it is written on the box. Obviously you can find the same kind of braided style cable, on various earphones, various cheap ones, and it's not bad quality wise. It's not bad, but as I told you, it won't just stay in one single shape or straight line if you just want to fold them like this. And if you keep them in that position for a longer time, they will just try to keep that shape instead. So it's quite uncomfortable while actually wearing. So that's the issue with these. And here is a mic right here. Right here it is. So it has this control right here. It's more like a mute switch than an actual volume control. Here it's written plus and minus, as it does a little bit of volume control, but since the space is too small, you will not be able to control the volume accurately, and it's useless. But in case you don't want to take it out of your phone, like you don't want to plug it out of your earphones but you want to mute the sound for some reason, you can use the switch, but other than that it doesn't have a proper use. And on the other side we only have one button. It actually does play and pass the music on the smartphone, and it's clicky, feels good. The whole mic setup is actually pretty good, but there is no tension extension right here, so the cable might break easily right here and here in the future. I'll give you an update, but I'm not planning on using these for a long time. You'll know just why. But here's the thing, even here we don't have much of a stress relief for the cable right here, so that's a bad thing. However, near the buds it's okay because the cable is small and the bud extends a little bit, and there is a tiny bit of logo right here printed left and right, but it's quite invisible in normal usage, so you'll figure out with the shape, but you don't have anywhere else to look for the logo of left or right channel. Okay, so next let's talk about the sound quality. Sound quality on these is quite different than the typical cheap earphones that you'll find with, but the thing here is these are not perfect, and these are definitely not bass boosted earbuds. The bass is present everywhere, and one more good thing about this is the fact that you can actually cleanly hear the male vocals. And why I said that is because the female vocals here are a little bit distorted depending upon the type of the voice, of course, but most of the times they are distorted a little bit and they sound like they're coming from a different direction then. So the spatial recognition of the sound will be a little bit different with these things, and obviously these are pretty cheap, and as I told you, you can actually find these for $1 or $2 on Aliexpress. Major problem with these is the issue of sibilance here. You can actually hear a lot of it, and also over the, I think in this guy right here, there is a bit of a driver flex here. So I don't know why this is present, but this is also present in only one ear and not in both of them. So this is something that you should keep in mind, that these are not really well made, and that's typically the thing with any cheap Chinese things. This price tag of $1 or $2, there won't be much of a quality checks, but you should keep that in mind. But these are not bass boosted earphones, so you can't expect that thumping bass here. That's a good thing with him actually cheap earphones, because if they do the bass boosting thing, then they will actually mess up everything else. Treble is also a little too sharp, and I really don't like these for the sound experience, but the only thing that might be suitable for most people is the fact that these are quite comfortable during the sleep period or while you're resting. You can just easily forget that these are there in your ears. That also depends upon the size of the ear tip right here, but you may not get the proper sized ear tip in the box because these are the only ones that are supplied in this particular packaging. So if you're buying from different sellers, they might actually supply you with different type of ear tips, but I don't recommend getting this brand, because this branded things, if you're living in the same country as I am, you may find these online, and even if you see these things, don't pay the price they're asking these for. These are definitely not worth that kind of price. Since I got these for free, I'll probably use this for a day or two and stack them somewhere else. Maybe I'll use these for the spare parts sometimes, like the cable or the mic or something, but I really don't use these that often. That's what I'm saying, and I don't like this sound signature on this. But that being said, if you get these for $1 or $2, you may be satisfied. So hope this review helped at least some of you guys. I really don't do the reviews of these things if they are locally made, as I told you, but since these are also listed on Aliexpress and you may pick this up by mistake, I'm just letting you know that please don't pick these up unless they're pretty cheap and you're okay with actually experimenting with things. And I'm not really saying that you may not like the sound quality, but it's not for everyone, and it's definitely not for a lot of people, because the instrument separation is too bad on this, and it just sounds like everything is coming up from the same direction and everything is mixed up. And thankfully the vocals aren't really that badly placed in the whole representation, but seriously, the vocals are the only thing that saves these earphones from being really trashy earphones, and the bass of course is quite okay for the price, but other than that these are not really that great. I'm sorry if you already got these. I really feel sorry for these. Like, you really, I don't think that you can actually use these as a daily drivers unless you're okay with quite mediocre quality of sound. But hope this review helped at least some of you guys. Thank you for watching again.